Podcast is intended for mature audiences. The views and opinions expressed are those of the panelists and do not reflect in any way those of the podcast partners, sponsors, or affiliates. Enjoy.
Hi, this is Michael Buffer, and you're listening to the voice of the people. Let's get ready for Boxing Voice.
Boxingvoice.com.
You need that fear.
All I'm trying to do is make a stand for something that I truly believe is right. I truly believe is right. I want to be like you. Come on, man. I'm the face of boxing. I'm the cashed out. I hold the record for pay-per-view.
My drop, I know my drop, I know my situation. I know I'm fine. But it's gonna be very difficult for both of us.
Boxingvoice.com.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We're back with another edition of the Boxing Voice. I'm your host, Nestor Gibbs. We're going to be talking a lot of boxing today. Even though you think it's a slow week, we're here to tell you you don't know what you think you know. We got Chris Eubank, son of a legend, right? He's going to be taking on not a very known character, but his manager definitely made a splash in the final press conference this week. We'll give you all the details, so stick around for that. If you're into love and hip-hop type drama, we definitely got some with that press conference. And speaking of drama, we're going to be touching back on Luis Ortiz and the whole PD fiasco. His manager had a few choice words, so we'll bring you his message live on today's show. Don't forget the number 1-425-569-5241. Press 1. Whenever we start taking calls to voice your opinion. We're going to be touching on the weekend's fights. Anthony Crolla back in action already after his defeat to Jorge Linares, and he'll be taking on Ricky Burns. Interesting to see Burns on the B side on this one. So we'll definitely give you our thoughts on that one as we preview and predict that one. And then a little spicy one on the cards here, man. Berchelt. Miguel Berchelt, that is the WBC champion in that division. He's going to be looking to take on Orlando Salido is the rumor, and I'm pretty sure Matt will be happy to be talking about that featherweight division. So I'm going to head on over to the Golden State to talk to the Hipster Hunter, and then we'll get into all these topics and a lot more. So remember to press 1 if you want to voice your opinion.
Dollar D Beyonce production.
This is a beautiful performance against a very tough guy in Michael Johnson. How do you feel about it? Fuck that. Conor McGregor.
Boxingvoice.com.
You know me, Larry. From a wicked entrance, from a flip over the rock into a knockout. Now, when the main thing is, I just help the guy. I wish.
Boxingvoice.com.
Yes, the hitters here. Hitters beware. They have a light week. It's not a heavy week. It's not a week that a lot of people are going to go and watch boxing potentially. Mainly because a lot of the fights are across the pond, so the U.S. audience might check out. But every Thursday, every Sunday, we are back in this chair, in front of this mic, in front of you, the TBV fam. And plus, obviously, Luis Ortiz and his manager making a statement. Crolla Burns, Berchelt, Salido, I think is a fantastic fight. And plus, we have a ton of WBC news to get to, a ton of new fight announcements and rankings, pecking orders, and interim belts and vacated belts, all sort of being figured out. So I cannot wait to chop it up with you, Ness, and with the callers.
Definitely, man. Shout out to Sean Dew, FaceTiming me during the show. Probably a pocket dial for sure. Chris Eubank. What could I say about this guy? What is his? How do you pronounce his name? Do you know? I rehearsed it.
Yildirim. Avni Yildirim. Avni Yildirim.
All right. What could we call him?
Completely unknown.
We'll call him Avni. So anyway, I know nothing about this guy. Nothing at all.
I've seen some tape on YouTube. That's about it.
So you actually put his name in the search bar?
Oh, I definitely did. Yes.
Without Chris Eubank's name in the title.
Without Chris Eubank's name in the title. I actually went on BoxRec and looked up like some of his opponents and tried to like type in their names too for like the full fights.
Really? Did he fight anyone that you might have heard of?
No.
Jeez.
I
mean, but this is what
I did this way back when this fight was announced. That's a couple months ago now.
I mean, look, it's not all bad because, I mean, this is what this World Boxing Super Series brings. It casts the eye on the unknown. For all we know, this guy could be a superstar in the making. I did see a few of the, I guess, promo videos is what we should call them, floating around the internet. They're completely voiced over in English, which was a plus because this guy does not speak English. His trainer is a character. Outside of what he pulled off in the press conference, he's the main speaker on most of the promos going around for Team Avni Yildirim.
I don't know who that guy's name is, but he is a legend. We as the boxing community should protect him at all costs. He is a treasure to this community.
Why, Matt?
That line was so good, man.
Yeah, but you usually take the opposite stance on these things, and now all of a sudden you're backing a guy that's talking about I fuck you and your wife on your bed. I mean,
it was just funny. Come on, it was good. I didn't think it was anything racial or anything like that. Like I've had critiques in the past of other press conferences, but this was just a guy that really went psycho for a moment.
Yeah, poor wife of that guy, you know.
So
her husband probably went home thinking he really slept with her. Yo, he said that like he meant it, okay? He had to be held back. He was like, I fuck you! I fuck your wife in your bed! And it was holding him back and shit. It was crazy. It looked like he had a little two-piece too. It was hilarious.
Yo, I'm telling you, that guy is just he's a treasure to this community now. Just shout out to him.
Well, hopefully his fighter, because he's actually the manager and coach. So hopefully his fighter puts on the same type of performance during the fight. I seen that Eubank, as I follow him, quickly quote tweeted on some of the promos that Avni was putting out. He's like, thanks for letting me know where to place the uppercuts, because they highlighted like a clip of the game plan. But yeah, man, look, you guys know my motto. If you've been listening to this show long enough, you know that I am a guy that likes to say, I don't watch it till I gotta watch it. And guess what? Because I like Chris Eubank Jr., Saturday night, I'm gonna watch Avni Yildirim and hope that he puts it in and makes it a good fight. But based off what I know and don't know, I have to pick Chris Eubank Jr., the current defending IBO champion in the super middleweight division, Matt.
I like how you said that, such conviction, like it matters. I think
what is that? I mean, that went over him at what matters? Excuse me.
The IBO belt. Sorry, I should have been more specific. But anyways, I think Chris Eubank is the obvious favorite for a reason. We've seen him before. We've seen him against names we know. We've seen him against elite competition. We've seen him against former and current champions. So I think the idea that Yildirim is going to be this dark horse in this tournament is kind of preposterous. And assuming because Eubank is one of the biggest stars in this tournament that he basically got a good pick in his first bout. So I'm not saying this guy's bad. I'm saying this guy's limited. This guy's very basic. From the tape I've seen, this is imagine a more basic version, or just a basic version of David Lemieux. Imagine David Lemieux was this slick boxer, and then you found a basic version of that. That's Yildirim. A guy that's going to throw hooks, a guy that's going to come forward, not really provide a lot of head movement. If he has a chin, he is definitely going all 12 rounds because Eubank definitely doesn't have a lot of pop at the super middleweight division. So if this guy has any sort of chin, I think this will go all 12. But I think Eubank's going to style on him. I think Eubank's going to dance around him, pick him apart. By round 6 or 7, it may get to the point of looking like it's a complete mismatch, like a Lomachenko-Sosa sort of mismatch. That's how different I think the level of skills.
Blackwell look like that.
I think Yildirim is just a guy that has no. I'm not gonna say no skill. That's wrong, but no variety to what he does.
Well, his trainer said he would choose him over Eubank and Callum Smith if he had to go to war.
That's great, but this isn't war. This is boxing. And Eubank Jr. is going to outbox this guy pretty effortlessly, in my opinion. This is going to be a showcase for him.
Showcase. Well, I mean, I believe that we all should have known that it was a showcase for quite some time, right? Because they gave all the top seeds pick. And when you get to choose, you're obviously going to choose what benefits you. Call that what you want. Cherry picking, whatever.
Well, it's not cherry picking. It's definitely
strategic picking.
Yeah, strategic. Well, when you're in a tournament and you're allowed to make a pick, you're going to do so smart when it's a tournament because you're expecting the last fight to be the hardest. You know? So, again, and no disrespect to Yildirim. I think he's a guy that's going to go in there, look like he has a lot of heart. That's about it. So
you're saying there's no shot this guy upsets the apple cart. Like, he didn't show that little speck of maybe if he lands that nice right hook he has.
He's got to have a granite chin.
Because I heard he doesn't have much power.
I don't think he has that much power. I think he only has like a 50% knockout rate. I could be wrong on that. However, I think the only way Yildirim, upsets the apple carts, like you say, is if he just bullies Eubank. He has to go in there and bully Eubank, and I don't know if he can do that. I don't think he can cut off the ring. I don't think he can jab his way on the inside and rough him up. I think he can't do those simple, basic things. I haven't seen him do that in any of the tape I've seen.
Well. Moving on to do you want to touch at all? Did you watch that press conference with Eubank? Because before I do move on, I want to say actually let's applaud him, right? Because we've seen the Derek Chisora types at press conferences throwing tables and stuff, and shout out to Chris Eubank Jr. The apple doesn't fall far from the tree. I'm all class. While these two guys were, putting on a show with their shenanigans, Eubank didn't even look over his shoulder. His facial expressions barely changed. It was as if it wasn't even taking place in the room.
Yeah, I expect that because Eubank knows that there are levels between them. And this is just a guy with his 15 minutes of fame, in a sense. I don't expect Yildirim to, be a mainstay in the division after this.
Just impressive, man. I didn't expect him to keep his cool the way that he did. The muscles in his face are he's either on Botox or he has very good muscles in his face.
It looked like he honestly didn't hear them. Like, not like he was like confused.
That shit.
No. I mean, like he just he didn't even register them. He didn't even look their way. He didn't even care about it. He was just standing there.
Yeah, he was not into it. He didn't have a cell phone in his hand at all. Anyway, I employ anybody to go check that out. World Boxing Super Series press conference for Chris Eubank. And I want to call him Chris as well, but his name is Avni Yildirim. So we're going to move on to more drama. Keeping it in that fashion, Luis Ortiz, the whole PD fiasco, kind of ruined it for the fight fans. Not pointing any fingers, obviously. What I mean by kind of ruining it is that the entire fight for us is ruined. We really wanted the Ortiz-Wilder fight, and now that's scrapped, and we got Bermain Stavern back on. But Luis Ortiz is still claiming his innocence and feels vindicated because the WBC, while they ruled that Luis could not proceed with this fight, it wasn't due to testing positive, Matt, but instead, according to the manager, Jay Jimenez, it was because they were worried of Luis Ortiz's health and they want to have him seen by their WBC physician to make sure that he is healthy while under these blood pressure medications and fit to be in the ring. So until he does pass this physical, he can't fight, at least not sanctioned or ranked in the WBC. But until he does, he's still ranked in the WBC and his ranking remains. And he actually wants to come back in January and try to do the Wilder fight. And he's asking for the fight fans to push for it. What do you say about all this? Buy or sell this story, or is it horseshit?
I'm not going to say it's horseshit, but this definitely sounds like a clever way to word a doctor having to check you out because you popped for a banned substance. That's a PED. Like, I'm sorry. Like, that's what this seems like. I'm not saying that's what this is. I don't know. I don't have the WBC note or noticed or what they told Ortiz's team. But from the looks of it, it looks like a manager trying to, have some damage control. It looks like a manager trying to save face for his fighter. I don't blame him for that, but I'm telling you, that's what it looks like. And to think that he's going to get this fight in January when Wilder's fighting in November, I'm sorry, that's just ridiculous. And for them to even say that, I think shows the lack of them understanding how severe this is.
Well, he didn't say January. He said first quarter, but he said they definitely are trying to come back by the end of this year. Ortiz, even if it's not versus Wilder, obviously.
Okay. All right. That's right. Having just a fight in January, not fighting Wilder in January, and having the fight with Wilder in the first quarter. You're right. But still, I think it's just preposterous. I think you screwed up. Like, I'm sorry. Like, I think at this point, because you did not disclose it to the WBC and VADA, your defense of this is just a medication doesn't fly. I'm sorry. It sounds like horseshit. And especially when your fighter already popped before, it's just I don't want to really trash the team too much, but again, this looks like them trying to have some damage control, them trying to save face. And I doubt we see Luis Ortiz fight in the next 6 to 9 months. That is sanctioned by the WBC.
Well, speaking of sanctioned and fighting and 6 months, I wasn't going to report this news because I felt like, whatever, who cares? But Tyson Fury is not being granted a boxing license by the BBBCFC or whatever the hell they call it over there. Don't correct me. You can do that later. But instead, he's going to not apply at all because he feels like they're, just dicking him around. He's not able to get the license. But what made me want to bring it up to our listeners and to you, Matt, is that he said he'll just take his money elsewhere. And I don't know the fucking specifics. Check it out. I wish Steven was here. Thought he was going to be here. I'm going to shoot that guy with hearts of love before anyone starts calling the cops. But yeah, man. He basically said, like, look, paraphrasing, right? Because we don't got Steven here and you're busy. He basically said, like, fine, you guys don't want to give me a license, I'll just go to America, even though he didn't say America. But where else is he going to go if not America? Ireland, I guess. And get a license.
He could go to Ireland. I also don't care.
Seriously, no. If he comes to just like McGregor, if he
hold up.
In Vegas, everyone cares.
The guy is still 350 pounds.
Don't matter.
No, until he becomes in shape. Until he becomes in shape, I don't care about him boxing. I don't care about him tweeting. I don't care about him in the headlines. Tyson Fury, get the fucking shape, and then you can talk. I'm sorry.
Diet and exercise, Matt. Stop it. Diet and exercise.
Yeah, and he hasn't done it.
Yeah, but
he went to Spain and trained, and he didn't shed the weight.
Dream with me. If he moves to Vegas, all right, gets that boxing license, McGregor style, and then he just runs those hot ass mountains you tried to run. He'll fucking slim down in a day.
Yeah,
I
don't know about that.
You know about that. He get in the with Sean Porter and Larry Wade over there in the UNLV track under that hot Las Vegas sun. He'll slim down in a day.
Yeah, but then he's gonna go eat whatever right after practice.
He's a heavyweight.
No, I'm sorry. I don't care.
All right, you don't gotta care. You don't gotta care. It wasn't on the docket anyway. But we are gonna move on. Since we're talking UK guys, we're gonna go to Crolla and Burns now. Speaking of I don't care.
Oh, that was good, Ness.
I was so late with my little soundbite, but
I know it's okay.
Yo, Ricky Burns and
Anthony Crolla.
Yeah, I'm gonna sound real non-boxing and definitely not UFC, right? The exact opposite of what I try to promote, right? Like I say, hey, why can't we be more like UFC? Those guys have losses and nobody cares. These guys have a bunch of losses. But really, we over here, we don't care. No, I'm joking. I'm only joking. I really do care. You know why?
No, you don't lie. Don't backtrack.
No. Seriously, I do care. I'm going to tell you why. Because Crolla's obviously moving up because there's absolutely no way Ricky Burns could go back down to 135. I remember when Broner chased him out of 35. So that means Crolla's moving up after losing to Lainez. So it makes it a little interesting because now, you know, he could probably beat Burns. I mean, Burns, I don't even know what Burns has left at this point, you know, and I'm not saying he looked 100%.
What do you mean by might? I'm definitely picking Anthony Crolla in this fight.
Wow, moving up, you picking him? Struggling versus Lainez. He got hurt by Lainez in the 6th round.
First off, that's Lainez. Secondly,
yeah, Lainez, whose biggest win is who? Go ahead, I'll wait. Let me get my Jeopardy soundbite. Go.
I don't know why we do this every time. Every time I rep Lainez. I mean, he's put in a great fight against Luke Campbell, beat Anthony Crolla, beat guys like Diego.
I just want to know, are you going to answer who's
anyways?
So you can't think of Google it, bro. At least Google it. What the fuck?
No, I'm not going to go down this road. I mean, like,
what's his biggest loss? Yayo Thompson. He made Yayo famous. He made Sergio famous, bro.
This isn't about Lainez.
All right.
Anyways, digressing. Crolla losing to Lainez to me doesn't mean that much because I think Lainez is in a much better place than Ricky Burns at this point. This fight 3 years ago or this fight 4 years ago, definitely Ricky Burns. 100% a Ricky Burns fight. However, I think Ricky Burns is...
Ricky's funny, man. If Ricky loses this, he's done. I'm sorry.
No, he's not.
No, and Eddie is so good. Like
he can still go sell out a good size arena in Scotland.
I don't know, man. I just can't believe when I seen this. I said, "Damn, they're bringing Crolla right back." Like this is a good fight for both of them. They're both coming off losses. Like, but it's so soon. It's like, yo, wow. Eddie he's killing the game right now. Because I wanted to hate on this fight. But again, with that mentality that I've been trying to, you know, spew over these radio waves for so long about us not caring about losses, like, all right, let's give this fucking fight a shot. Let's give it a shot. Let's see if it can get done and it end up being a fun fight because, you know, Ricky Burns doesn't have a lot of power to speak of. So if Crolla's going to be moving up, he probably doesn't have much power either. It's probably going to be a little slugfest. They're European. They're going to be fighting anyway. So they're going to be there to get hit. It's just funny that together they have about 12 losses and 4 draws. So ha to all the UFC fans that think that we care about losses. You're wrong. We don't.
That's the UK fans don't care about losses. But speaking of another, you know, boxer with losses, Orlando Salido going up against Miguel Berchelt. I love this fight.
He's got like 13 or 14 now.
God knows. I think he has 13 with like 2 or 3 draws, right?
I don't think you can name one other fighter. Not one other fighter with that many losses that you get as excited for. And I don't mean just you. I mean in general boxing fans because Rosado doesn't have 14, you know? And
Gotti?
People are already turned off. No, Gotti's not even active, bro. I mean, come on.
No, I meant like back in the day. He had tons of losses. People loved him.
Oh, man, this guy going into history here. But all right.
What do you mean history? That's 10 years ago. That's 10 years ago. How's that history?
I'm just saying, listen, all right, Gotti, but name someone in this generation, you know? No, someone now. You don't see that, yo. Like Orlando Salido is a phenom of the losers right here, bro. He's killing it. I'm telling you, he's killing it. I can't even think of another dude with 14, 15 losses that's on TV and pay-per-views as much as him. I bet you no other dude with 15 losses has ever been at as many pay-per-views as him. Think about it.
And he's about to get another loss against Berchelt. I mean,
nah, he might hurt Berchelt, man.
What?
I know Berchelt is nice. I know. But he hasn't been hit by anybody just yet. Like Francisco Vargas, man, they took a lot out of him, man. They took a lot out of him with all those back-to-back wars. But Salido's old too. Like it's like the Ricky Burns story. It's like, yo, what are we gonna get? And when is he gonna get old? I mean, again, 14 losses. When is that one loss gonna be like, okay, that's it? When does he turn into Soto Carras? Is exactly what I was thinking before the show started. Like, damn. We're going to talk about this dude again, but anytime Carras comes up, people are like booing us, right? So like, why don't they boo Salido? And when does he become Carras?
Well, I mean, in the last, 4 or 5 years, Salido has produced 2 or 3 Fight of the Years, right? You can say like in half a decade, he's produced 50% of the Fight of the Years. Like that's insane to think about. We know when we get Salido against those top guys, regardless of who wins, we're going to get a good fight. And even with this one, I think Berchelt should probably ice Salido at some point in this fight. I mean, really hurt Salido. We might see Salido finally get pushed out of the top elite by Berchelt in this fight by how devastating Berchelt hits. But it's still going to be a hell of a fight that I can't wait to watch.
Yeah, that's going to be interesting to see because Berchelt, he's got skill. He doesn't have to bang. He could box off the back foot. He could counter. But that Salido pressure is serious, man. It's WBC too, right?
Yes.
Ooh, when's the last time you seen Salido fight for the WBC? Pop, 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 pop.
Vargas. It was for the Vargas fight. And I know very quickly. This
is he on bottom? Let's check that. I gotta check that, man, because remember he popped when he fought Robert Guerrero back in the day.
Yes, he did. This fight could be on the same day as Rigo Loma.
Oh,
just to put it out there, unfortunately.
Siri Salido. Damn, yo, I was wrong. He don't got 15, bro. Stop it. He got 13 knockouts, 13 losses only. Yo, but I'm saying, yo, look, man.
Wait, were you telling yourself to stop it? Like, hey, I have to stop being mean to him.
I do because look, because he's had such a strong second half of his career, it's starting to look like those legendary fighters' resumes. You know, he's got those names on there. I mean, he's
Salido's a Hall of Famer. Like Salido's an automatic Hall of Famer.
Yeah, I mean, he's been in there with names, bro.
Everyone for multiple generations. You have to think about it that way. He's been there with multiple generations.
Stuck at that generation, like as these guys come in and grow out of the division, he just stays there waiting. He was there when Gamboa was there. He waited for Mikey to get there. Mikey left. He waited for Loma to get there. Loma left. He's just waiting. He's waiting for everybody. He's like the true definition of a gatekeeper without any of the disrespect. Like he's waiting for you at the gate, you know?
Oh, yeah. Completely agree.
That is hilarious. Yeah, man. I mean, look, I don't mind that fight. It's a pretty good HBO fight, but you know, you have to say to yourself, I guess you can't even say that. I mean, look, because the other day, right? It was rumored like for the Mayweather-McGregor undercard, there was a quick rumor of Orlando Salido versus Gervonta, and we got excited. Like, I want to hate on Salido because he's been around so long and he's got all these losses, and I'm kind of tired. Like his last, 5 or so have been ever since the Lomachenko fight, which, arguably people don't want to give him credit for because of the dirty tactics. I seen a decline, I know some people seen fights of the years and stuff, but I seen a decline. I think that Roman Martinez, you do what Mikey did and you do what Vasil did. You don't do what Orlando did. Orlando, again, to me, demonstrated a decline. And with Francisco Vargas, no different. Like, that fight went the way that it went because neither man have different gears. They're one track minded. So I see Berchelt being able to, do a Mikey style win on him, especially now. I mean, Salido's 36 years old, bro. And I mean, oh, wow, look, he stood active without us knowing. He fought some dude named Ortiz Perez May 27th. Yeah, he stood busy. Look, the smart kid. But that's only one fight in 2017, and we're already in October. That fight was 5 months ago. You know what I'm saying? So, again, inactivity, old age, difficult. If you're going to be old, you want to stay busy. Keep those joints moving.
Completely agree. And just to put in perspective, he fought Juan Manuel Marquez 13 years ago. Over a decade ago, he fought Marquez.
How many years ago was that Guerrero fight? That was a long time ago.
That was 11 years ago. 11.
Look at that.
That's 2006.
Yo, he's been around forever, yo. And look, Cristobal Cruz is the name. And back when Cristobal Cruz, I remember guys like this kid from Ohio. What's his name? Jesus help me. Come on. Boom, 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 boom. Come on, Matt. Not you either. The other Matt is the one that put me on him. He got knocked out by Fortuna on ESPN. Javier stoned him. Stone Cold Austin. Steve Cold stoned Austin his ass. But he was good, man. He's still good. He's signed to Roy Jones Jr. And he's from Ohio. He's got mad tattoos. He's sharp, slick. He got caught with one of those wide punches from Fortuna. Can't remember his name. Fuck. But Cristobal Cruz, he's been in with a lot of people. Look, Guerrero is just name after name, bro. This guy. Hey, man, shout out to Salido, bro. You're doing your thing, man. Hopefully, all people your age could continue to be at the top of their game and doing what it is they're doing, as long as you're doing it, bro. And he's getting them checks too, man. Warrior for sure. He fights anybody. Any other headlines we need to touch on? I know there's a lot of stuff out there. I want to address this Lamont Peterson, Earl Spence rumor with you, Matt.
I thought you didn't want to address that.
Well, that's exactly why I want to bring it up, because I know that my co-host wanted to, and I'm like, you know what? Happy co-host, happy life. So go ahead, talk to me. What do you want to know? What do you want to talk about this thing? What's on your mind?
I just think it's interesting that the internets, as I like to call them, they seem to be definitely pushing the Lamont Peterson Earl Spence fight. We're seeing a lot of graphics online on social media. Fan-made posters, Earl Spence versus Lamont Peterson, the Nassau Coliseum. I don't know. I'm not saying it's definitely that's going to happen, but I would definitely be sure of it that those negotiations are happening right now, and Spence is negotiating with other camps as well.
Well, I'll tell you this. If I were you, no, this is going to sound so conceited and narcissistic, right? And then everything people say about me on the internet would be true.
But it is true.
Fuck it. Fuck it. If I were you, I would be happy that I was on TBV, right? Shout out to Alex Lemon, because, you hit me up during production time and you're like, yo, let's talk about this topic. I'm like, no, fuck the internet. What do you call them?
The internets.
The internets.
You have to add S.
Fuck the internets and their, fake negotiations, fake matchmaking. I don't want to report on Earl Spence, Lamont Peterson, based off a bunch of graphic designers getting likes on Instagram. And what I mean by that, for those that are not, I don't know, term savvy, is people that work in the graphic design field make merger shots with whatever fighters they feel like matchmaking. And obviously, with their skills in graphic design, they look very realistic, poster-like, promoter-like, official-like. They go as far as adding the logos for the Barclays Center or Madison Square Garden and Showtime and HBO, and people fall for it. And I also want to believe the second theory, Matt, that's not the internets, and instead it's the industry and how they gauge. And
exactly,
it brings me to why I said you should be happy and why we shouted out Alex Lemon. So Alex Lemon being on top of everything, obviously he fell for the internets. And he made his own Earl Spence Lamont Peterson, which garnered enough attention, so much that we were contacted by the industry. Little do you know, names will remain nameless to spare your mother all the tears, you know, because if I tell you, then you know how things happen. I tell you I got to kill you, and it's, you know, I don't want to die, so it's like whatever.
You could just text me.
So first things first, where they messed up was saying they wanted it. Oh my God, is this really Scorsese? I'm not even going to tell you what this man is about to do, but whatever. First things first, it was the way that they asked us to take it down.
Oh, really?
Yes. Yes, they asked us to take it down, and I'm sorry. I'm sorry I didn't even get to that. I just kind of blurted that out without building into that. But yes, I was contacted by the industry, and I was, and they're probably listening, and I hope they don't get mad. This is just showing the pool, is all. I hope
it's anonymous. Yes, it's anonymous.
And you're anonymous anyway, but I got to show the clout. So, you know, they're like, "Yo, take that down immediately," because that's not even anywhere near keyword done.
Keyword, very keyword.
Or, and I'm paraphrasing because, you know, again, this is the industries and we keeping a secret. And another keyword was like, but no, it's not. It hasn't even been announced. And let me see. Let me see. Hold on.
Yeah, you could just go to the
email, right?
You could.
I'm so lazy.
Yo, so are you gonna tell me through the grapevine about who it was, or you're gonna leave your co-host in the dark?
Of course, dog. You about to be here next week and shit. You all goody. So okay, boom. So they was like, oh, they put caps. So it was like, take that down ASAP.
Oh wow, all caps. They were upset.
Yeah, the caps on ASAP.
Wow.
Down. So I ain't even reply. I just did what was asked of me, like a good boy. Good boy. Where's my soundbite? See, I wish I had a real fucking producer that's on point. Imagine right there, they would have played the one I have with Angel, right? People probably don't even like that one no more because Angel ain't hot no more. No, Angel hot to me. He's hot to me.
Angel soundbites are still classic. I don't care what anyone says.
I know. Where is that good boy soundbite from Angel? Good boy. I don't know. All right, I'm losing my train of thought looking for Angel. So anyway, they said take it down ASAP. And I guess I shouldn't be talking about it either because they said as well as any other related post, this would be considered a related post. Make sure
no, technically no, because
make sure you drop us those 5-star reviews. That's what keeps us powerful, all right? And then we can do things. Like if you don't do those 5, we're fucking shitted. We're done. But so anyway, there was like anywhere near final keyword. Anywhere
finals even better than done.
Look, anywhere near close. Look, anywhere near close to final or announced yet.
Yo, so the fight's gonna be announced next week.
And there's a yo. So check it out. So this one right here is for Alex. Fucking, where's Alex at? Alex, you ready? Put your hand up, or should I say out? I mean, Spanish parents usually say out, and then they hit you with a belt, but you're way over there, so. Because they said, and there are misspellings. So, Alex, check your freaking grammar before posting. But, yo, so now that we got some type of, I guess, inclination, right? That there may be a fight. That's official. Power move. Not really power move, right? But a typical Al Heyman move is what I'll call it. Drop a belt to go fight for another belt.
That is a typical Al Heyman move.
Peter Quillen.
I don't know why he does it so much.
Jack.
To be honest,
well, I mean, it's all strategic.
I get why. In a sense, I just don't. I don't know. I mean, I'm not one to really defend the belt, so I don't know why I'm even, making that point. But
the belts.
Yeah, fuck the belts. Yeah. But shout out to the industry for letting us know that the rumors are correct. Thank you.
Yeah, man. Every day, man, I smile at the Growth, bro. Yo, why would you do that?
Yo, why are you trying to FaceTime me?
I'm doing it. Maybe I'm doing it purposely.
Yo, don't no, because it calls my computer.
I know it does mine too. Just accept it. Oh fuck.
I can accept on my phone. That'd be easier.
I was just trying to show you because it's better for me to at least tell one person, visually show one person and tell the millions that are listening, who they know as Scorsese. This is my first time ever seeing Scorsese.
Okay. Then you call me again. Call me again.
Oh no, now you can't see him.
Oh damn it!
I should start a live stream on. I'm gonna start a live stream on the Boxing Voice and stream Scorsese. I hope I could get this done in time because
why? What's he doing?
Oh my god, he's taking breaks.
Oh, this is great radio.
He's taking breaks. This is Howard Stern shit right here. I'm telling you.
This is Howard.
Look, he's tired. Oh my god. Yo, how much do you weigh, Scorsese? He's over here. He's over here. He's got a makeshift double Len bag in his living room, and he's going balls to the wall. Like he's in the gym. Like he thinks.
Does he look good?
I mean, I guess he looks good if that's what you like. I mean, to me, bags don't hit back.
Oh, shots fired, Scorsese.
Here we go. We're going live. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You're now live. And I'm showing him on IG as we speak. I'm streaming my computer via.
Oh my god, that's Scorsese?
Yeah. Yo, he's actually healthy, right? At least.
Yo, does he have a ponytail?
Well, no, it looks like he might have dreads, but yo, he could have a ponytail, right? It could be. And he also looks like he might be, I don't know, Middle Eastern, right? Or at least Latino then, because he does got a Rico Suave ponytail. But he only went 10 seconds and he's already hiding from the camera, huffing and puffing. Sign him up to Border Wars. Stop ducking. I know you hear me. Stop ducking.
It looks like Keith Thurman. I'm just gonna say that. It definitely looks like Keith Thurman.
Is it Keith? Now tell me who does this? But only Nestor would give you this type of shine though, right? Because it's like he's calling into a radio at the time that they go live and he's and listening to the show, but he's simultaneously showing me what he's doing in his living room while he's listening to the show. This is dedication right here. Hard work, dedication right there by Scorsese. I don't know why he's showing us this though if he ain't signed up. I just want him to sign up. Does he look like a heavyweight? Because if he's a cruiser, I'm coming.
No. He definitely looks like
Scorsese. That was a nice double leg hook, though, to be honest with you.
He looks like a guy that's like 6'1", 6'2", like maybe like a $185.
He moves well.
Yeah, but he ain't on Patreon, so who cares?
He moves well, so maybe he'll sign up. All right, guys.
This is great radio. Everyone on the podcast.
They say he looked like a fake Romeo Santos. And that ain't funny to you because you have no clue, but I totally know who Romeo is.
This is going to be great for all people on the iTunes podcast listening back going, too bad I can't listen to or watch that Instagram live video.
Yeah, no, just follow us at Instagram on at the Boxing Voice. It's very simple. Yeah, totally simple-ocious. I just made that word up. You see how I did that? Called it just simple and locious.
I'm not going to clown you too hard for that.
I know. It's all good, though. It's all good. But Peterson and Spence, I love this fight. The problem with this fight is, all right, I'm not going to call it a problem. My fear with this fight is the minute Peterson feels Earl's power, he goes on the retreat. If he doesn't shy away from it, man, we have an awesome inside fight. And look, man, Barry Hunter's going to exploit the very little things that showed up in the first early rounds of that Kell Brook Earl Spence fight and try to capitalize on that. But at 140, Peterson's power was the problem. And he's got a high work rate. good inside body attack, and in my opinion, very agile. You know, I know a lot of people didn't like it, but I liked what he did with Danny. You know, I like boxers. People call that running. You know, I understand that. But we seen what he did with Khan. We seen what he did with Holt. He's got certain times where he comes out there with a vicious body attack with Victor Ortiz, and he rips you. He's like, you know, cutting the tree. Cutting the tree, man. So it would be an interesting fight if this one materializes. I like it. They're saying Barclay too. I'm kind of upset and happy. It's like I want to go to Dallas and see Earl amongst his Texans. Like, neither of these guys are from Barclays Center, Brooklyn. And the closest is Lamont Peterson, being from Baltimore, DMV area, you know, Washington, D.C. But I guess that Barclays Center is paying a hell of a sanctioning fee. I mean, that would be an interesting investigative report by one of these fine journalists out here. Why do we not have the figures that this Barclays Center is paying for all these big-ass fights? I mean, geez. And now the Nassau Coliseum getting involved, because actually I'm saying Barclays Center, but the rumor is this one is in Nassau. And they just got that other fight in Nassau, right?
Yes. What was that one? That's Daniel Jacobs.
Daniel Jacobs.
Yeah.
Remember that time I said, oh, you know, people, you know, Heyman is still pulling the strings. Because remember that Nassau Coliseum deal, the first time it ever was brought up was Adonis Stevenson's versus who? Come on.
Oh, that was Joe Smith
versus Joe Smith Jr. And negotiations fell through, and the Nassau Coliseum boxing rumors fell down. All of a sudden, Al Heyman fighter signs to HBO, and we're back on Nassau. That's what I'm telling you. He's still pulling the strings. Nobody gonna fool me. Can't fool me.
A couple quick points on the Earl Spence Lamont Peterson fight. If they do fight on the inside for a large portion of the fight, you're right. It will be amazing inside war. Lamont Peterson's one of the most underrated body attack punchers in the game, I would say. When he throws in combination to the body, it is something to watch. I definitely think that fight, if it does happen, which it sounds like there are definitely negotiations happening, it will be a good fight. I think it's a better fight than the Luis Collazo fight, slightly, but it's still on that level. And it's all.
I'm sorry to interrupt you. This ass clown is gonna hit me up on Skype and say, "I'm sorry, I didn't know my camera was on till now." The chat said it.
Yo, don't lie, Scorsese.
I know, like think about the possibilities. Man.
Don't stunt. Come on.
What would be the probability that the laptop is happening to be set up right in front of your makeshift double end bag in the middle of the living room during your workout?
Yeah, we don't buy it. It's like Luis Ortiz's manager's statement. Like, we just don't buy it. We don't buy it, man. I'm sorry.
Yo, you're gonna get us killed, yo. Them Cubans gonna kill us. We're gonna be at the Barclays Center October 14th. They're gonna ruin us, man. Oh my God. Yo, you seen Rigo? Like, I know Lewis, he's a good guy, and we should wait. Some shit he said like that.
That's your Rigo voice.
That's my Rigo voice when he wants to be like, you know, little brother, big brother and shit. Like, Lewis is a good guy all the way from Cuba. It's like, all right, bro. I'm a good guy too, but I do bad shit.
It's funny. I forget who it was. It was somebody that listens to the show that I follow on Twitter, actually, and they commented on something on Rigo or Luis Ortiz. Oh, it was Eric Alexander from the other boxing show that's all Spanish. I forget the name of that show, and I'm not going to try to butcher it. He commented to something to Rigo's something, and he's talking about doping, and Rigo, clapped back and was like, he didn't dope. It was for medication. And I was like, oh, Rigo, like, just.
Yo, I mean, look, I told Jay personally, shout out to the show and to all the listeners, but because of y'all, Jay called me right after that the Wilder show, and he's like, yo, and sent us a bunch of info. And I'm like, look, if you could prove he's been on high blood pressure medicine, cool. But if you're talking about, he just started taking this shit, don't nobody really care.
It looks suspect.
Yeah.
Like, he needs to be on it for a couple years.
Let's not forget, around 5 minutes from now, we're going to be having Gabriel Flores Jr., the young phenom, sign a top rank, doing big things already, and we'll be featuring Alex Lemon, who's been covering him closely during that interview. So let's see here. We should probably
140-pound news. I think that's kind of that's big.
The Regis Progress. What does he call himself? The rapper?
First off, the vacant belt is going to be fought because obviously Terrence Crawford is most likely moving up. The WBC is making moves for that. The vacant belt is going to be fought between Jose Ramirez and Amir Aman, and the interim belt is going to be fought between Regis Prograis versus Victor Postal.
Yo, you got that Tupac soundbite? Nothing but a gangster party?
No, why would I have that soundbite?
Because you know that's what Alex gonna do. As soon as you call in, talking about Jose Ramirez fighting for the belt, he's like, ain't nothing but a gangster party. He's been waiting for Ramirez to get a title shot since he was in diapers, I think.
Yo, too bad. Yo, 100%. Alex Lemon has been waiting for that shit since he was in diapers. I 100% believe that.
Yo, Ness, he's gonna make history in the Save Mart Center in front of 15,000. You're gonna see in front of Amir Iman. He's gonna prove to the world. I'm like, yo, you got it.
You know what's so sad is when he comes in and he's gonna call in and big up Amir Iman as his opponent, like he's some destroyer of worlds, and Ramirez is gonna overcome it. You know. But
look, we got to reassess things every now and then. Flores is at 8 p.m., guys. Flores is at 8 p.m., 3 minutes. We got to reassess things every now and then, Matt. And I think as adults, right now, we should take this moment to do that. And Amir Iman, I don't know what he's done since the loss to Granados, but I'm still willing to reassess him as a fighter based off what Granados has been able to do and what's going on to do. Granados' level of opposition is obviously stepped up. And like you said, the last show, you thought he won the Broner fight. Now he's fighting Porter. So, I mean, beating Amir Iman is expected if you're going to be in the ring with the Porters and the Broners of the world. Just saying.
Oh, absolutely. I just think you can make an argument that the fight for the interim belt is a better fight than the one for the vacant belt. And I would probably agree with that argument, that Prograis versus Victor Postal.
Postal. Yeah, well, I don't know. I'd probably just to argue against you, I'd probably say no, because Postal, what has he done, since getting his ass kicked? You see, ass kicked. Remember that part from Kick-Ass?
That was so funny, Ness.
Yeah. What has he done since then? And that was Terrence Crawford, I might add.
He hasn't done anything since, but he has done something more than what Amir Aman has done. And he's done something more than what Jose Ramirez has done.
I guess.
And you could definitely make an argument Prograis looks better at this point than Jose Ramirez and Amir Aman, I would say. Like, Prograis looks like he could be a guy at 140.
To be honest with you, they did that wrong. It should have been Prograis and Amir Iman in an eliminator, and Postal, the more established former champion,
versus Jose
Ramirez, who's never really suffered any step backs and has the popularity and audience to put on a title fight performance.
Yeah, I agree. I think that those matchups probably would have been better for all parties, but unfortunately, we get here. And was there any other WBC news that came out?
Man, so much, bro. So much. You're gonna have to find Coleman, but we got Gabriel Flores Jr. in about a minute, and it looks like we have Monster Piece already on the line. So once she gives me the cue,
I remember the WBC did order Lainez versus Mikey Garcia, but I feel like that was kind of already ordered at one point. I don't know how that was news.
Yeah, I mean, is Lainez really gonna even, take that?
I don't think it's about Lainez anymore. I think it's about Mikey. I think Mikey's looking for bigger, better things.
I don't know. Lainez is a diamond champ, bro. But let me
I won't deny it.
Dollar DiBiase Production.
Come with me. Hail Mary, run quick speed. What do we have here now? BoxingVoice.com. right fight, they want to be like the Uno.
Beyonce Productions.
What's up, guys? I'm excited, man. I'm ready.
What up, Alex?
What's going on?
So we're gonna be having your boy on in a little bit. So I wanted to bring you on, obviously, because you know, you've been in the gym with him, you've covered every fight. So you didn't go to the Texas one, obviously. He was just in Texas. He took it on the road.
Right. September 29th, he was in Dallas, Texas. No, I missed that one, and I missed his second fight that was also in Dallas at the Bomb Factory.
Well, we should have him in a few minutes, and yeah, man, we're gonna need you to educate us all on Mr. Flores Jr., who is actually on. Let me go to Monster Piece. Gabriel Flores Jr., how are you? And Anna, hello.
I'm doing great.
Hey, guys, I got Flores on.
All right. So, Gabriel, man, I just want to congratulate you on your win a couple of days ago. Looking good as always. And obviously want to thank you for coming on the show. Thank you for taking out the time to do this interview, giving us the opportunity to, you know, put you on the airwaves and introduce you to our listeners. And we also want to introduce you to someone you already know, Alex Lemon, who I'll turn it over to.
What's going on, little
good? Thank you. What up, man?
Hey, what's going on, man? I'm glad that you're on the show. Glad you're out here talking to the Boxing Voice. Hey, like Ned said, man, thanks for being on the show, and congrats on your fourth victory in Dallas, Texas. Watch the fight. Hey, you look great, man. All the hard work that you and your dad's been putting in the gym, man, it just shows in the ring with an amazing performance.
Yeah, you know, it's just going on and on. This is on our fourth fight. Each time we always look to improve, you know, and I feel this is probably one of my best performances so far in a short amount of time. And so, you know, I'm going to hope for our next one to be even better than this.
Right. I mean, you were going against another undefeated fighter, and he was in there swinging. He was going for the fences. He was going to try to take you out of there. You got to show him the skills, huh?
Yeah, he came to win. You know, that's probably the first fighter I thought that really came to win, so I respect him for that one.
Right, which made a good fight for all of us, for the fans, and especially for your fans. And obviously, you're a rising star. You're the youngest fighter to ever sign with Top Rank. At 16, you were still in high school. I mean, what was that like?
It was lovely. You know, I got a lot of attention for it because it's something that hasn't been done yet. And, you know, I'm real humble about it. You know, I was real happy that I got the opportunity and everything. And I'm just trying to take advantage of it and make the most out of it.
Hey, that is one of the great things to watch you in your success that you're doing because you are humble. I mean, you're 17 years old, and you're working with Stitch Duran in your corner. You got James Michael Basil Snack in your corner. What's it like working with two professionals like that?
It's lovely. You know, like not a lot of people get to even work with them. And a lot of people, especially a lot of people my age. So like I said, I'm blessed, and I'm taking full advantage of it. And whatever information I can get from them, and I take it.
Right.
And let me jump in here, Alex.
Training with, yeah, go ahead, man.
Yeah, I just want to ask Gabriel, when you're out in the snack facility, do you do any sparring with some of the guys that are there, or is it just strictly strength and conditioning?
Where?
In the snack facility.
Oh, okay, yeah. I do sparring over there in the Bay Area, you know, but most of the time it's just training or picking up supplements. But when I do go over there and spar, I get great sparring.
You ever spar with Andy Vince's?
Way back when he used to be at our gym.
Oh, how was that?
You know, it was good. You know, at the time he was getting trained by my pops. I was getting trained by my pops. So we were just working to get better.
And how old would you say you were then?
Like 14.
Wow. All right.
14, 15.
You've been
Right
doing
now,
it young,
you're
man.
training with definitely. Now you're out there training with alongside Michaela Mayer, and now you're sparring with Oscar Valdez.
Yeah, those are experienced people. Michaela, she's been to Olympics, still has Oscar. They know a lot, so I can learn from both of them.
Right, definitely. Yeah, it's showing. It's showing. I mean, your skills and everything else is sharpening up. So you're a star. You're the future of Top Rank. How about let's talk about your immediate future? November 18th, Reno, Nevada. You're the main event.
Yeah, it's the first. I haven't been in main event yet, and I'm excited for it. And it's my first 6-rounder. So, I'm ready, and it gives me, more motivation than I already had.
Right. I mean, you're over there at Reno, Nevada Sparks Convention Center. Terry Lane's doing it with the Let's Get It On promotions with Top Rank, of course. And, I mean, you bring a huge crowd over there. It's an exciting night. And that's in Nevada. You haven't even fought yet here in your home state of California.
Yeah, my fans, they're very supportive. I love them. They show love back. I don't forget about them. Every time I see them, I take a picture, I talk to them, I sign something. So, they give love to me, and I just give it back. So I think that's why they'll always be loyal to me.
Right. It's only going to grow for you, man, especially with Top Rank signing with ESPN, the ESPN deal. I mean, once you get on one of those cards, that's going to be great for you and your career and your Team Flores.
Hey, Gabe,
we're in a good position.
I was just going to ask, is it any added pressure? I mean, now that you're already going to be main event, does that make it any bit more difficult, or do you use it as added motivation?
Motivation, because I just see it as another opportunity to showcase my first main event, and I'm only 17, and it's only going to be my 5th fight. So, man, I just look at it as a motivation and a big opportunity to just, keep on going higher and higher and higher.
Being 17, though, I mean, you're basically giving up your adolescent, your teenage years, man. No girlfriends, no going out on dates, or do you still get to get all that in while training and living that fighter's life?
You gotta sacrifice for the great things in life. Nothing big, very valuable is gonna come easy.
I hear you, man. I hear you. Well, salute to you for sure.
Thank you.
Right.
Thank you.
Definitely. And with like I know there's no short of inspiration. You want to talk about that with the shirt that you wear for every fight?
Yeah, man. My mom, she's always been there for me when I needed her. She always watched me fight. She was a great mom. Whatever decision I made, she was super supportive of. And after the fights when I won, and just to see her after that, it felt good because I made her proud. So that's what I'm still doing till today. I'm fighting and I'm still making her proud.
Yeah, you definitely are, man. With the deeper inspiration, man. I mean, your drive is incredible. I want to say thank you very much for coming on the show, man. And the future's bright for you, definitely.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Yeah, man. Definitely want to thank you, Gabriel, for giving us the opportunity to have you here on the show, man, and definitely opening up, expressing yourself, and giving us your story. We want to stay behind you and continue to follow your career as you grow in your boxing career. We want to see you turn into that superstar that Alex Lemon believes you are.
Thank you, man. That's the plan. And when I do make it, I won't forget about you guys.
No doubt. Well, thanks again, brother. If you got any social media, man, give it out at this time for all those fans listening that may not be following you, can do so.
Instagram and Twitter is G_squad_nation. And Facebook is Gabriel Flores.
So what's up with this Little G? Do you like that people call you Little G? Or is that something that the internet just pegged you with?
That was something I was raised with. You know, ever since I was little, everybody called me Little G. Oh, what's up, Little G? This and that. You know, that's how it's always been since I was little. And I just call me Little G because they always said, like, you know, I represented my father. You know, they see the resemblance and all that from how he dressed and, like, just everything. So that's why they call me Little G. But as far as the ring name, I don't think so.
Well, all right.
Shout out to your dad, man. I would say shout out just real quick. I would say shout out to your dad, man. Coach Flores, man. He's by your side every day, man.
Yeah, you know, he's my father, and he's always there for me, always making sure I'm making the right decision and anything from boxing, from anything, you know. So, of course, he's there for me. He's my father, and he will always have my back as well as I'll have his.
Well, all right, Gabe. Thanks again, man. We appreciate, again, the opportunity. Monster Piece, thank you. Alex, thank you as always. We'll bring you back on in a bit. Matt, are you around? There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Gabriel Flores Jr. doing big things already. A main event in the 6th rounder. Jeez Louise. If that ESPN deal goes right, the way Alex is saying, this kid could be a star. He's packing him in all the way in Reno, and he's from California. So transitioning to Vegas or California shouldn't be hard. I wonder why Reno? Is it that close to the Bay Area? I mean, I know nothing. Yeah. Oh, it is.
It's a quick drive.
3 or 4 hours. So if you're from the Bay, as he grows, what the next step is? Oracle?
Probably or Stockton or Fresno.
Yeah, probably Stockton. He needs the Mexican fan base.
I mean, he needs to get in photo ops with like Diaz brothers, with Andre Ward. He needs to start doing those things, being seen with the right people. He is so young, though. That's the thing. He's 17 years old, 4-0, main eventing. You know, like
4-0 6th rounder.
I know, for 4-0 6th rounder at 17 years old.
They're trying to put a title on him or something. I don't get it. Like what? But they're probably trying to put a title like in 2 years or a year. But why?
I mean, I have no idea. Maybe he's just that good. Maybe he's a Earl Spence type. You know, in the little tape I've seen, he does look good. Like he does look like he's gonna be something. I don't know what yet, but he's gonna be something in the division at one point.
Alex.
That's no doubt he's going to be something in the division. Right around that one, Matt.
Yo, what weight is he in?
Let me ask you that. Yeah, I was going to tell you, he's 130 pounds right there. And
oh, wow. So he's a big boy, though.
So he's going to move up to 147 probably.
Now we know why they're moving him fast at 17, because he can't hold that weight. Because think about it, bro. Why the fuck is he fighting 6 rounders already? He could be. It's only his 4th fight. Well, even though I guess it's his 4th, he got 4 fights, so that was 4 rounders. This would be his first 6 rounder. Man, he's right on par. Some people do 4 of everything, you know.
Okay.
Hey man, and when you're inside the ring with him, and you're right next to him, and I mean, I'm not going against him. Of course, I'm just watching him training.
I was about to say, let me find out you sparring Lil G, getting ready for Border Wars.
Hey, I'll be honored to go in there and let him kick my ass, bro. But I was saying that the power, you see the power, you hear it, and that was what makes me believe. But the reason why he's fighting in Nevada and actually not yet in California is because California, you have to be 18 to get a professional fight.
There you go.
So maybe in May, maybe sync with the mile, maybe a top rank card right there. You can see Gabriel Flores Jr.
Top rank is smart, bro.
They have so much young talent at those weight classes.
Building them little by little, the little slow grind. And Alex was at his last fight, not the one in Texas, but the one before where he got a knockout. Was that the one that he got a knockout where him and Madera were on the same card, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, are you talking about the one in Fallon, Nevada?
I believe
that's the one. Yeah, he got a right. No, that one he got it in Fallon, he got a decision.
Okay.
He got the UD. But the last time we were in Reno, yes, he did get a stoppage on that one. I believe it was a knockout. Yeah.
Was that the one that you sent us the video of, or that you posted the video of? We got hit with that shot. He went to the ropes, and then he hit the guy with that check hook and knocked him down or out.
Yeah, that's the one I was talking about.
No, now you're talking about Kilo the Kid, another
my bad.
Who's actually
all that
November
Southern
11th
California
on
talent.
That's not Southern California. That's NorCal, man.
Northern. All that Northern California talent that Alex putting us on.
Hey, let me tell you about Kilo real quick. Kilo the Kid, Calisto Madera is his name, nicknamed Kilo the Kid. He's fighting November 11th on that Jose Ramirez Top Rank card, which is going to be on ESPN. And if you don't have ESPN, you could go on the ESPN app and watch the entire card.
Get them views,
Kilo
Alex.
Let me tell you, there's going to be. Hey, you weren't lying when you said there's going to be 15,000 there, bro.
I know I wasn't lying.
They're expecting to sell out.
You made me a believer, bro. Listen, I never heard.
Alex, does Top Rank know that you work for us as well? Do they know that you're moonlighting on the Boxing Voice as well?
Yeah. But not the whole Top Rank. I think just a handful of them know how hard he does his thing. He'll eventually get to the top. They're gonna hire him. Watch.
They will.
Hell yeah.
I talked to 3 Top Rank promoters personally, man. That's Terry Lainez, great guy, and then also Rick Merrigan, great guy.
That's your best friend, Rick.
Frank Steve, who's another great guy. Yeah, Rick.
What you mean, Frank Steve? Yo, his name ain't no Steve either. Staya, the white boy, right? He's like
my bad. I call him Frank Steve. Yeah.
Yo, listen.
Yeah, that's him.
Listen, next time you see him, tell him Nestor said that he's inspiration. Yo, that dude used to be a podcaster. Now look at where he's at. He used to be the host of ATG Radio.
He's hanging with, he's hanging with Freddie Roach.
Yeah.
And all the big names. Yeah.
That's right, Matt. Dreams come true.
My dream is not to work for a promoter, but.
That'd be nice to
says Matt.
Top Rank check in the mail.
I'm good.
Yo, listen to Mr. Top Rank say it'll be nice to get a check from Top Rank.
Of course he says that.
Here, man. Thanks for calling in. Alex filling us in with all that Northern California boxing. So stay up to date. Follow us on IG. We got our correspondents on the beat, like Alex Lemon killing it in Northern Cal. I just was contacted by a guy in the United Kingdom too today, Matt. It's gonna be like TBV Overdrive / Thursday show right here.
Did we get a new junior editor too? Because I noticed.
Yeah, we got 2.
Oh, we got 2.
Yeah.
First off, as the chief editor and the chief,
no longer the editor.
Hold up.
Matter of fact, put your face to the camera so I can snatch your fake badge right off your shoulder.
Let me finish. And as the director of all content, I'm just giving myself titles at this point. How was I not notified about these new editors? All of a sudden, I just have tons of emails, and I'm like, oh, fuck, man. These people are going at it. I was like, way to go. Doing the job that I didn't want to do. Thank you. So I just want to say shout out to those unnamed interns. Shout out to you guys.
No. Actually, shout out to Steve in Toronto, which is our first Canadian correspondent. We are looking for others. Listen, don't be embarrassed. Don't be ashamed. If you want to get in the game and you want TBV to give you a head start, a helping hand, definitely contact us. We're always looking for good interns that can put in the work, especially in Texas, man. I mean, we got a lot of callers from Texas, a lot of people from Texas. Actually, we got a editor now from Texas. But we need some videographers, man. We need some correspondents to hit them gyms, man. Don't you want to go see Earl Spence? I could send you there. Maybe. You never know. Can't be no psycho, though. We don't want no some Sam-ass dude. Get out of here. But, all right. So let's get out to some callers. What do you think, Matt?
Yeah, I'm down.
Callers. Should we go to Scorsese and give him his 5 seconds of fame and figure out why he was video streaming us himself
Absolutely.
sweaty hitting the bag?
Absolutely.
Nah. We're gonna make him wait for doing that. We're gonna go to in Jersey.
Yeah.
What up?
So that Spence and Peterson joint that wasn't real. That was fake.
Hashtag fake news.
Faker than Dolly Parton's titties. I probably should have said Nicki Minaj to be all in the generation.
Yeah, but Dolly Parton, like, she's classics. Like, everyone knows that.
So everybody got that one, right?
Yeah, everyone should know that reference.
But you're white though. I don't know.
I'm tan white though, so it's like different.
Okay. I don't know. I'm still saying we should have said Nicki Minaj's titties, but whatever.
Or her ass. That would have also been.
I know. Go ahead, we're not even rolling the clock.
It's all good. When I saw that though, it made me think about Spence's legacy, and it's another show. And look, Salido's an exciting fighter. Let me put that out there. We all know that. That's why he keep getting these fights. So, if he fights Berchelt, I think Berchelt and Lomo, or the winner of Lomo and Rigo, would be an intriguing fight. And I don't know if it's too soon to talk about that. But back to the Spence thing, I looked at that banner because I just saw it today, and it's made me think about what would his legacy be if Spence fought Peterson and won. A lot of ifs. Peterson, Porter, Thurman, and he probably wouldn't even get to Danny. But if those three fights with Brook on his resume, what would that mean for his legacy? And that's my call.
He would be one of the best welterweights, if not the best welterweight of his generation.
You know that there's a narrative, Matt, that now that Spence has the title, it's not that he hasn't done enough, but it's still that he's not worth it.
Wait. Hold up. There's really that narrative? I could see the narrative of him not doing anything. Like him sitting on the bell, him.
No. Not that way, not done enough. Like, like meaning not done enough, like hasn't fought enough. Like, for instance, the only person that fight makes sense to, and we're just talking theoretically here because we're not 100% sure, is Keith Thurman. You got to think that a unification with 3 titles is going to be enough money for Thurman. But from a business standpoint, looking at, again, we're using always the barometer of Jamel Charlo only receiving 100,000. What does really Spence bring to the table with that one belt? If it's not Keith Thurman, Danny has a bigger fight with Keith or Porter.
I think you.
No, you tell me. If you're Al Heyman, who are you giving the bigger check to? Porter and Danny, or Danny and Earl? There's pay grades, and Earl hasn't gotten to the millions yet. Spence, Danny, Guerrero at one point, Porter.
Well, first off, I think Spence probably got paid in the millions for Brook, I'm assuming.
Who?
Spence definitely got paid in the millions against Kell Brook, right?
I don't know.
I know that's an assumption right now, but I'm assuming.
I don't know.
I can look that up the next call we take.
You can look it up, but I remember, I think the Algieri fight, he probably got close to 500,000, right? And the thing is this, he's not the champion. Why are they giving him $1 million to go across the country? Get out of here. He's not.
But here's the thing. Are we ignoring the fact that Spence draws? Like, Spence is a draw.
Not in the UK, though.
Oh, hold up. It's not just about.
I don't know. Well, you find it, Matt.
We forget that Spence has been on huge pop culture shows like The Breakfast Club. Like, what was that?
I thought you were gonna go down the $6 million alley that you always.
No. I'm not doing that. Because that's
love that street.
That's the easy one. That's the layup, man.
U Street is your little roll up. Every time you go, you need a point. You're like, nah, he did $6 million after the Olympics.
Yo, that's a layup, man. It's easy. But he's also been on like Breakfast Club. He's been on shows where people.
Everybody's on Breakfast Club from boxing at this point. Come on.
Whoa. What do you mean, everybody?
All the Al Heyman fighters have hit the Breakfast Club. Charlos, Broner, Porter, Garcia, Thurman, and now Earl. Stop it.
Wait, hold on. The Charlos went to the Breakfast Club?
Hell yeah.
I missed that?
Definitely.
Oh, I'm gonna definitely look that up then. That's not just because you've done it doesn't mean that's old news. I think that means something.
I mean, it's obviously a connect. They remember the Charlie.
It's a connect. Yes, no, 100%. It's a connect, but it still means something that when you get on those platforms, people watch.
But you got to see the numbers, though, Matt. Check the numbers. You could do that right now. Check the numbers on that YouTube channel. That on those boxing content. Unfortunately, I wanted to do more.
No, they do lower numbers than everything else. 100%. I understand that, but you have to understand that those are still people that usually don't watch Errol Spence. That I guarantee you that a large percentage of people that watch that show with Errol Spence on the Breakfast Club have either never seen Errol Spence fight before or have seen highlights of him.
Well, I'm going to just tell you like this. I don't know how many of those people are not boxing fans because guys like Andre Diakonu make sure he sends me links of fighters that are on Breakfast Club. So, like, somehow boxing fans like you and I, we find it. We make our way to it. So to say that those numbers are low and they represent casual fans is not true, but whatever.
But they're low compared to.
Just know that I've been killing you all show, man. Whatever weed you got today, shit is garbage.
I think that regardless of those numbers being low compared to the other episodes of that show, when it's featuring much bigger icons like a Kevin Hart or whatever, of course those numbers are lower. They're not as big a stars as those people. However, we know that Earl Spence draws numbers. We know that he draws numbers on our platform. Let's use our platform, for example.
Yo, Broner did 780 on Breakfast Club. That's shit numbers. Because Broner's a star. Actually, that's good because Broner, that's good. But,
what about our platform?
So imagine what Charlo and Porter did. If that's Broner's numbers, imagine what Charlo and Porter did.
Spence on our platform does big numbers compared to other welterweights.
Good numbers, yeah.
I would say he does bigger numbers than Sean Porter.
Yes.
That means something. And I think
he's a darling. I'm not debating that, and you don't have to go in your bag to try to prove it. He's a darling for sure, but I just don't know if he's making a mill.
No, but he's probably making at least over $600,000, $700,000.
So it goes back to my main original point that it only makes sense for Thurman to unify. Other than that, a guy like Garcia, a guy like Porter, that fight ain't big enough. Yes, they can win the title for them.
Who's them?
If you're Garcia, you made $2 million to fight Thurman. You want a rematch. If you're Garcia, you know that Thurman and Porter went at it for 1.5. You want a Porter fight. If you're Garcia, you don't want the Earl fight. How much you getting for that? You tell me. We just went through the math that we do know. You tell me, how much is Garcia or Porter getting for an Earl fight? Because people are so quick to say everybody's ducking Earl.
They're getting a mill. Sean Porter got a mill with Andre Berto.
No, yeah, they'll get, but what would Earl get? Earl
will get a mill as well.
I don't know. I don't know if Earl will make the money.
Going 50-50 and splitting into mill purse.
Dude, why would you fight Earl Spence for $1 million? That's what I'm telling you. Getting
still $1 million.
No, listen. If you're Porter, you already made 1.5 versus Thurman. Listen to yourself. Everybody in the world is saying Earl is the hard fight. Listen to yourself, okay? You made 1.5 versus Thurman, and Danny made 2 versus Thurman. You're going to tell me that Porter's going to turn around and take $1 million for Earl, who everyone is saying is the tough fight?
You acting like they can't find another $500,000? You acting like they can't find that? I don't believe that. I think they can. I threw out a number. Sorry that it was incorrect. But even your hypothetical number that would be equal to the Keith Thurman number would be feasible, in my opinion. I don't think that's unlikely. Wait. You don't see them going from a $2 million purse to a $3 million purse and just splitting that 1.5 each?
I don't see Earl going from $500,000 to $2 million. Or 1.5.
I didn't say he was going to make $2 million.
I don't see 1.5.
I see 1.5.
And that's what Porter, Thurman, Garcia, they get, and they
got paid He got paid a lot more than 1.5 against Kell Brook.
Who?
Earl Spence. I come on. He probably got some UK pay-per-view money too in that.
Hopefully. He's probably watching it. Earl, don't be laughing. You need to be inviting us to camp and letting us know.
I almost guarantee that he made some money in that fight. It's the UK market, and that fight was big over there. So So yeah.
All right. Well, let's go to Earl's home. Class and Bound. What up, Texas?
Hey, what's going on? Hey, so, not too much to talk about this week. One thing, I didn't get to call in about this. Deontay Wilder versus Bermane Stiverne is ordered. Man, listen, I'm not trying to watch that. Like, I love Wilder. He's my boy. But I'm not about to watch a blowout. Like, this does nothing for him. And I feel bad because he was trying to prove something with Ortiz. And now we have to watch Stiverne, who hasn't earned a shot back at his title because he's only fought one time since Wilder, and he's gonna get bodied. It's gonna be worse than the first fight. He gets stopped in 6 rounds. I guarantee it. Like, that won't be competitive, and it's a shame, but it is what it is. Also, there was this interview I got a video link to, and it was about Anthony Joshua's plans to fight Deontay Wilder, and he said he didn't feel like he was, or the quote along, or what's being spread around is the fact that Joshua feels like he's not ready for Wilder yet. I don't know if you've seen the video, and if you haven't, I'll send you a link to it. But I don't know if have you heard about that?
I haven't seen that particular video, but he said that in the past. He said that in the past. I mean, he's one of the few champions to get passes for things like that. He said that in the past that he wasn't ready.
Well, I mean, yeah, with that, but also I want to bring this back too because, with Errol Spence, like, this is a 3-way theory going on with Thurman, with Spence, and now with Terrence Crawford, because Terrence Crawford is now making some noise, and people are mentioning him with Spence or Thurman, and people are getting salty because they are saying Crawford wants to fight Keith instead of Errol, and saying, why does he want to fight Errol? And he said it best, because Keith is the man at 147. No matter what you think of Spence or what he could do, until he does it, Keith Thurman is the guy at 147. So I understand where Bud's coming from.
Preach, my man. Thurman is the man. But I wouldn't be up on that Bud train as far as fighting any of Earl's or Thurman's, my friend. He's going the Jeff Horn and Jesse Vargas route.
He'll get that belt, and I think Arum, if he's smart, he'll work with Heyman to make a unification after Thurman and Spence get done with each other.
Well, Arum is smart.
Enjoy having an undisputed welterweight champion.
Arum is smart. So what Arum is going to do is have Crawford fight and beat Horn, then defend against Vargas,
or vice versa.
Yeah, or vice versa, and then look for one more. By then, the dust would have settled. The dust that is Thurman, Garcia, Earl, and Porter. The 4 horsemen would have taken care of themselves. Then Crawford rides in and fights, not because it's less dangerous, just because he needs to raise his profile as well at 47, so the fight is meaningful.
Yeah, no,
and I just don't see
he does, because we haven't seen him fight.
And I just don't see Arum rushing him into any sort of unification with Thurman as his first or second fight in the division. I just don't see that happening. If it can, that would be wow.
No.
That would be Lomachenko-like.
No. Yo, for sure. And also, one thing you guys touched on before I end my call, it's about Orlando Salido. I mean, the guy really has had a resurgence in his career. Like, it's absolutely incredible how a couple of years or a few years back, I mean, you talked about, when I heard about him, it was when he was fighting Orlando Cruz. And then later on, like the Mikey fights, and he got like the Lomachenko win. And it's like, this guy has been solid all around. And, I'm happy for guys like that, because they've proven that no matter how many losses you take, it only matters what you do now, and go forward with that, because he had losses and he's still making a career out of it. So for anyone who loses their O on their record, it's not the end of the world for him.
Definitely not the end of the world, bro. Not for Salido anyway, but Class and Bound, been a pleasure. Thanks for calling in. We're going to go out to Scorsese, I guess you can't say photo bomber or something else. So he's a video bomber streamer?
Well, how did you bomb it if you showed it?
I didn't show it. He started streaming me. He called me. I answered the call, and it was video instead of a regular call. Scorsese, what's up?
Yeah, man. I didn't know my camera was on, man.
Come on, man. Come
I
on.
work out while I listen to the show, man. That's what I do, man. I don't listen to music or nothing unless y'all not on.
You know, Matt, you know that's the wrong soundbite. I think you were looking for something like this, maybe. I think you were looking for like.
We don't believe you. You need more people.
You know, that was more kind of what you needed to play, right?
Just a smack DVD motherfucking battle of sound bites now or something. That's what y'all doing. Matt, your turn. Let me hear one, Matt.
Matt, what you got? What you got? When I first started streaming that on that's what you going with? So I'm gonna hit you and him with this.
You are
killing y'all. I'm on fire tonight.
No, really though. I didn't know my camera was on, but it's just been on. Normally I keep a piece of
We don't
paper
believe
on.
you. You need more people.
He's making it too easy, Matt.
Hold on, man. Hold on. Normally I keep a piece of tape over the camera because they say people can hack into your cameras too easy. So
Yo,
I don't.
I'ma just say his apartment ain't look like it was China. You know how China got very small square footage and they use a lot of concrete. He's a fucking liar. Now he's in the States. Ah!
I've been back to the States.
We don't believe you. You need more people.
I make this about boxing, man. I wanted to say though, like I was doing my double N work, but I've seen a lot of.
I'm on fire, Matt. I'm killing him tonight. He said, I was on my double M back. Ah! Got that French Montana on. No.
I seen a lot of the dudes you interviewed, Gabriel Flores. I actually saw that fight where he was fighting in Nevada where he didn't get the stoppage. I watched that earlier. I didn't know y'all was even interviewed before that. I watched him. First, I was watching him on the double N bag. I've seen him do it before, and then I watched the fight, and then I come on show and y'all interview him. That was crazy. But yeah, like at 17 years old, man, you got to think like you get some money by the time you're 24, 25. You can be like, man, fuck, I just don't want to be committed to this shit no more. So that's a question I asked about a lot of them to get that quick praise, those quick main events. But hell, boxing ain't a sport you want to be until you're 25. You know, I remember one of the people I talked to about boxing after Klitschko got knocked out by Joshua. They was like, man, I don't expect Joshua to fight but 3 more years. He gonna take Deontay, he gonna get this fight, he gonna get that fight, and then he gonna be gone. But I think it changed when y'all know Daniel Dubois. Y'all know him?
Yes.
I think names like that and that guy that Richard Schaefer signed, I can't remember the big heavyweight.
Joyce.
Yeah, I think names like that made Joshua say, okay, I can't stay around a little longer. I got to let them guys get to where they need to be. And also, Wilder can get more credible. Believe it or not, the Wilder win can get more credible no matter what nobody say. Wilder can get some kind of win to say, okay, nobody can just say Joshua beat a bum. So those 3 fights, and those coming to fruition, I think it's one more guy out there that I can't think of right now that is promoted by Schaefer. He's like a French.
I don't know how much longer I could take this disrespect of this theoretical fucking fantasy world where Anthony Joshua is the king of the heavyweights and he waits around for 19-year-old Dubois to get big enough to fight him. What the fuck are you?
It's a career path, man. He's going to be making $100 million.
Do you know what a speed bump is?
Somebody mentioned it. Listen, Tony Yoka is another one that Schaefer got.
Do you know what a drawbridge is? A toll road?
Yeah.
All right.
Necessary.
I ain't hurt.
It's the truth, man. It's just the truth.
I ain't hurt.
Like,
there's only one heavyweight in history that 3 consecutive opponents tested positive.
I'm not hating on Wilder. I'm not hating on him.
They're afraid for a reason.
I wish him the best, man. I really do. But it's just like I don't think the fight have to happen right in 2018 right away. If it does, it does. But at the same time, you waited 2 years for Canelo Golovkin. You got a good fight.
We ain't wait for 2. It was about a year and some change. All right. And not over 6 months. But Scorsese, how much do you weigh?
Shit, I don't even know, man. I promise you I don't. I never weigh myself.
Yo, why you was hitting the bag in 30-second spurts, though?
I've been on the bag way before the show. I've been on the bag for I do about an hour a day. It's tiring as fuck. I'm not in no shape. It's tiring as shit. I'm not going to stunt. It should kick my ass, man. I ain't going to lie.
Oh, as long as you keep it
I don't
real.
want to be nobody's professional fighter. That they can keep that shit. I'll make my money the way I've been doing it. Hell no. I'm ducking. You hear me? I'm ducking. Fuck it. It's just too hard. Your hands hurt. Your head hurt, and you don't want to get up and go to no funky, sweaty ass gym every day. I'm straight.
Oh man, I'm the exact opposite. I actually love going, but I Scorsese, I love going. I sometimes I hate the thought of going because my gym is far. But once I'm there, I don't even want to leave, bro. Sometimes more times than you know, I'm closing the gym with Glenn or with Terrific or with Bill, like we're the last ones. But we got a ringer. If you don't know what that is, head on over to patreon.com. You can support the show by going to Patreon. We have some exclusive content. We should be doing another episode of Overtime this Sunday because there's no Game of Thrones this week, right? What replaces Game of Thrones? Ballers? I think that's done too. What they got, man?
No, there's a break, and then we're gonna get
but usually when there's a break, it's because a new series takes over. Weirdo.
Yes, but we don't have the new series right now. Not that I think of.
Isn't it Ballers?
I don't watch Ballers.
Silicon Valley, maybe.
Ooh,
something definitely airs, bro. That's how it works. Like,
I understand how that works.
I don't know if you understand. Do you really? Do you really? Yo, your sound bites don't work. You talking about I'm hating. Why don't you get your sound bites right? Your show sounding real whack.
This goes out for those that choose to use disrespectful views on the king.
That fucking East Coast. That's that East Coast cutting you up with that East Coast shit, B. Know what I'm saying?
Don't believe me, just
making it an East versus West thing. Oh my God, his sound bites are so low. Somebody, Joe, you his little best friend. Tell him that his sound bites are low. Nobody even hear that. I'm probably the only one get here because I'm a freaking audio whore and I'm like straining over here. I'm hurt, dude.
Mr. Info Joe.
tell the truth, Joe. Tell the truth.
This portion of the show we call In the
Mr.
Know,
Info Joe.
presented by my brother.
Tell the truth, Joe. Tell the truth.
Oh shit, Joe got pulled over.
Yo.
What up?
There ain't no shit about Info Joe. Yo. Put me down for Eubank, and I do believe Luis Ortiz is trying to just save face with that bullshit. Shout out. Hold up, going under the tunnel. Y'all bear with me 1 second. Okay, you hear me?
Yeah, we hear you fine.
Okay, yo, shout out to all the Libras out there. Your boy Info Joe is his birthday this week. My wife got tickets to go see Nas. I'm on my way right now, and I'm gonna have a good time. Shout out to all the Libras out there, man. And peace.
All
you
right,
can hate
Info.
me now.
All right, Info. Thanks for calling in. About to go have a good birthday. That's what's up. So, Matt, they're looking for us, and you ducking is all I'm saying. That's all subliminal. You know what I'm saying? It's all subliminal.
I need to do some work right now.
You need to do some work right now. This guy, you drop the ball, Matt. Man, I just want everybody to know I wanted to do an overtime, but Matt is busy now.
You didn't want to do overtime. You said before this.
I'm in the overtime mood.
I've been only me and you know about because you know on the back.
I've been overtiming this whole show. The whole show got that overtime vibe. I've been talking about.
You know why? Because it's a slow week. We have no fights on US TV.
Nah, that's that Master Kush.
That's that Master.
Yo, anyway, that's an episode of Overtime. I swear. See, that's what I'm saying. Oh man. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the final thoughts. Final thoughts.
You're gonna play the ramp, or you're just gonna?
Yo, Bruce said I ducked overtime show Sunday. No, I didn't, bro. We went live. We just said we wasn't, but go check it. It's there, bro. Tell him, Matt. Right, Matt? We did overtime.
No, we definitely did it. We just said we weren't going to do it on the show, and then we decided to do it afterward.
Matt changed his mind. Like, nah, let's do it. I said,
Stop it. Stop lying to the people, Ness.
Yo, you sound like Andre Ward.
Stop.
Andre Ward over here. Stop lying to the people, Golovkin. Ah, man. Final thoughts. Chris Eubank. I hope he looks good. You know, hope he looks good. Luis Ortiz. I hope he gets cleared and things work out, man. And Ricky Burns and Crolla. Smells like barn burner. And speaking of Berchelt Salido, smells like barn burner. So hopefully we get some of that, man. We had a great year, man. I don't know. I mean, 2018, I guess it's just, you could only build. I mean, Crawford's moving up, Porter, Thurman, Garcia, Earl now. Something in that pot of luck has to happen in 18. Parker, Ortiz, Parker, Wilder, Joseph, or Joshua, like something in that pot stew is going to cook up in 18. So many things. So I don't know. We're blessed, man. I'm happy. So since I'm happy, follow me at NesGTO on Instagram and Twitter. And if you seen that last Instagram post and you was like, holy shit, Ness is juicing, well, then go follow my vlog. You might even see me stick the needle in my butt. It's on patreon.com/Thaboxingvoice. But nah, it's all natural. Matt just hating.
Sure, Ness. Mr. Young Ali, and I'm using air quotes for all the people on the podcast. I agree on all your points about all the topics. So really no real final points to get into, final thoughts to get into. So I'm Matt Hipster Hunter. You can find me at Mixed Combat News on Twitter, Matt Hunter TBV on Instagram, and you can catch my MMA podcast, Mixed Combat Radio, on Patreon, SoundCloud, YouTube, iTunes, etc. I'm definitely doing a show. It's either late tonight or early tomorrow morning. I'm doing a show on UFC 216, Tony Ferguson versus Kevin Lee. So keep an eye out for either on my social media or on the YouTube when I'm doing the show. Peace.